What's up, beautiful Leos? How's it going? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. Happy to have all the Leos out there. So we're going to do another short, little, mini, tiny, petite love reading. What I'm calling sort of like the temperature checks. You know, check in, see where energies are at. Do a little snooping on your person. Get in and get out, right? That's what we're doing here today. All right. I'm just having fun with you all. I hope this video finds you well. My general spiel here on YouTube, I do general messages. Not everything I say will resonate with you, Leo. So up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. You will always be in the driver's seat, so only take away the messages that serve you in your best and highest good, that motivate you, inspire you, confirm something you need to hear, or illuminate you to something new. Anything strange or foreign, drop it like it's hot. Don't take on those messages. Everything else you want to know about this video down in the description box below. That's going to include the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can. I would certainly appreciate it. I'm so close to hitting my goal. I am stoked, you guys. I've been saying on my channel that I'm really, really close to hitting 2,000 subscribers, which is like a little personal goal of mine. I'm hoping I can reach it by the end of April, but you know, in and around then is great. And so, yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet and like what I do here, right? I don't want any false endorsement, but if you like my channel, if you like me, if you like these messages, hit that subscribe button. That would be amazing. I would truly appreciate it. All right, that one wants to be seen, and we'll take one more for Leo and their person, for my Leos. Leo. All right, cool. Let's do it. So you're still thinking about someone who you are no longer with. The card of the afterlife, you're thinking about like happier times of what used to be, and it's making you kind of sad because, yeah, oh, this is like the cutest. Look at him. He's wrapped in like his little banshee. That's what we called them in my house growing up. Blankie. We called them banshees. It's like he's just wrapped up in his little cocoon, but he's all alone, Leo. Is that you? Aw. Yeah, you're thinking about someone from the past. The afterlife and the Six of Water. Nostalgia, the past, happier times, what used to be when you were frolicking around with your little foxy friend. It could potentially be someone you had kids with too in the past. But yeah, you're letting the shadow side win with this coming up. The negative thoughts are starting to take power, and yeah, you're either losing sleep over it or you're just very anxious about a certain outcome. I don't know if there's like a pending divorce or something like that. Yeah, or it's just you feel like a very heavy weight, but it's more on your mind. You can't release something from your thoughts, and so yeah. There's a difficult decision. Do I or don't I? Do I fully move on from this and try and clear it out of my brain? Or I'm sort of getting, are these thoughts coming up in my brain for a reason? Is there something I'm missing? Should I be returning back to the past? And I'm not telling you either way, but the cards tell me that you guys are very confused about something from the past. Potentially with a Gemini. A Gemini who's now single, or you might be the single one. Could also be with a Capricorn. Probably someone you were in a long-term relationship to or married, and yeah, somebody decided to leave. It could definitely be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You also have Capricorn showing up there as well. In terms of major arcana in your spread, you have the Chariot, which is a card of Cancer. You have Pisces, the Hanged Man, and you also have the Empress, which is Taurus, and some Libra energy. You have a little bit of Libra energy going on too. All right, so let's look at this. This is where you're at. You're trying to move on. You're trying to be confident. I heard you're trying not to show face. You're trying to be you're trying to move on in a very dignified way. I don't think you're wanting to really, this is a harsh message, I'm sorry, earmuffs if you're not ready. It feels like you're trying to conceal or not wanting to feel the actual pain that you're carrying around inside of you, because yeah, this is hardship, this is loss, this is abandonment. It can sometimes be trouble with finances, but he just needs a hug. Look at him, he or she, right? Leo, I want to give you a hug. But it feels like you're trying to put your best foot forward. It feels like you're trying to move on, but it's a struggle. This actually is really heavy in my heart. It feels like it's a struggle to get out of bed in the morning. Everything you do, it feels like you're getting pushback. It feels like an obstacle. I like the fact that you are trying to get out there and do it, but I'm also being called to say, are you really honoring your feelings? Are you really taking the time to heal a broken or a bruised heart? There is something about an extreme need for self-care right now. A lot of you may be going back out on the dating scene to sort of prove your own worth, to prove to yourself that you are still wanted and still desirable. And I'm telling you, Leo, you are. You're fine. You're good. People will always throw themselves at you. You're a Leo. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be satisfactory. It's not going to be satisfying love. It feels like you guys are struggling. To me, this is a card of struggle. It is about bravery. It's about endurance. It's about, winning the battle or winning the war, even if you've lost the battle, right? But there is this idea of you're slipping, your grip, you don't have a solid, firm grip on land. That again it's indicating to me that you might be rushing the process. Yeah, and so why is the Empress coming up? Are you trying to win the affection? Oh, some of you are trying to win the approval of your mother, and it may have to do with a significant other. You could have had a mother who weighed in on the idea of divorcing your spouse, and there's something about you're trying to do right by mom, or the opposite, you could have a very volatile relationship with your mother, and that's coming into your spread. Again, that's not for all of you. If that doesn't make sense, if you are leaving someone behind, it does seem like you're still trying to work your way towards a Taurus or a Libra, though it doesn't have to be that. It could also indicate that you're really focused on your money and your job and your career right now. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's almost like you're trying to overcompensate rather than acknowledging the pain and how you feel and really kind of looking deeper into why am I feeling this way? Okay, how can I make myself better? How can I raise my vibration? How can I cope with what's going on in my head? Healthy ways of healing. I'm not saying wave a magic wand and you're better. That's not how it works. But there's a lack of acknowledgement of why this is happening or where this is coming from, and it's almost like you're smacking a band-aid on it, like, I'm fine, yep, let's go to work, let's get on the dating apps, it's fine, no big deal. But it is a big deal. It is a really big deal, especially because a lot of this has to do with someone that you were married to. Something about a divorce with a lover, and there's a mutual amount of anxiety on both ends. It's funny, I just did a reading recently where both these cards came up. Who was it? It may have been Capricorn. I'm not certain, but I did a reading recently where, it was very heavy. It was very heavy energy. Again, I'm being called to say something about a Gemini. You have lots of Gemini energy here. All right, so for those who this resonates with, again, it could also be, it could be a Capricorn. Yeah, that is their card. We need to figure out a way to not let those negative thoughts win, to get you up and out of the bed in the morning vibing high, right? On a path to spiritual healing, right? This card could also be coming up saying there is an afterlife. Even after this relationship has potentially broken off or crumbled or something changed in it, there's an afterlife. You are still going to be alive. There is a reason to get up out of bed in the morning, right? But it might be for a new person. It might be for something different. Clarify this Empress. Why is the Empress coming through for Libra? I just called you Libra for Leo. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra, though. Oh, there's also somebody new noticing you. You're manifesting good things in your career, or at least have the potential to. We're in Taurus season now, so the idea of Mother Earth creation, there's creativity inside of you that you can unleash, and that's actually one of the silver linings to you being all up in your feels. You could actually translate that into some really beautiful artwork or really beautiful song or lyrics, or writing a book about self-help or something about the creativity inside you. You could manifest something amazing with all these difficult energies that exist within you as a form of therapy, as a form of coping, right? And I'm not saying that's going to solve all your problems. Again, I'm trying to be very empathetic and sympathetic to what you're going through. This is heavy shit you're dealing with, Leo. So again, always seek help if and where you need it. Going to a counselor, going to a psychologist, if this is you, right? If you can't get out of bed in the morning, that's an indication that that's bigger than a tarot reading, right? Something else needs to come in and sort of pull you out of that headspace. But you are manifesting something great in your career right now. It could also be that you have other eyes on you. I'm getting something about a good collaboration. I do think this has to do with your career. It could involve a Gemini, a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Libra. Two major arcana: creativity, the Magician and the Empress. Again, money. The money's going to be good. You're working your way towards that anyway. So then let's see what's going on with your person. They're thinking about you too. They miss you too. They're in the same boat. The energy is very matched for me. Other offers may come in regarding their love life or dating, but they're just kind of like, no thanks. Like your person is kind of sad. They're not ready to transform and move into a new cycle with someone else. They're all caught up in their feels, and they're feeling dissatisfied. They're feeling complacent. They're feeling lonely. They're feeling moody. Things went to shit. Things got crazy. Something about when you guys separated, things got even worse. And I mean, that is why this is coming off. Oh, Leo, I feel for you guys. You have a lot of twinning energy, though. This person, they're trying to bust through their own obstacles. It's almost like they wish they could perform an act of magic and pull something new out of a hat that would be the secret ingredient to get this to work again. Something about the light at the end of the tunnel or the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It seems like there is some sort of divine intervention here where you guys have split apart or gone separate ways, but it seems like it's kind of leading you back to each other, if that is in fact what you both want, right? And the way the energies are now, I'm not sure either of you know. What is coming through is that there was something beautiful in the past and you are both missing when it used to be beautiful. But something got muckied up. I think when you guys severed it off, obviously something bad enough must have happened where there was trouble in paradise. But you both seem to be, you're hiding it more, Leo. You're not showing your hand of cards. You're not necessarily willing to openly discuss that you with this person or to tell them that you are still thinking about it, or if you are wanting to mend it at all. You seem to be much more confident in, I don't even know how to say this. I was going to say leaving the past in the past, but I don't even know if that's true. You're just, again, you're not wearing your heart on your sleeve about where you stand with this person. And it does come from a sense of pride, right? You don't want to be the first one to call and be like, I miss you. You want them to call you. And so, yeah, your person is kind of in the same boat. I have to be honest, and I'm trying to be really careful with how I say things in my tarot video because I don't want to pay false hope or false expectation. I morally, ethically don't agree with it. But this person does dream of a reconciliation. The reason I say that is the dark and the light horses, the two that are usually shown together in the Chariot, this is the dreamer, the Piscean energy. You might be dealing with the Pisces. What they're dreaming of is those horses coming back together, and confirmation of that for me is that you have the Chariot card, right? That is the card of the two horses, our internal balance, the dark and the light working together in unison. You might also be dealing with a Scorpio, I'm being called to say. Yeah, I just heard Nothing Compares to You, the Sinead O'Connor song. Oh my God, this is drenched in like all the feels. Like it's just like people getting out of bed just like like they're losing their shit. Everybody's sad and crying. Leo, I don't like it. Now I feel sad and I want to cry. You guys, what happened? Can we fix it? The energy in your past for the most part is really beautiful, but yeah, you guys are separated and missing each other. So if this wasn't a whole divorce thing, it could have been just that distance came between you guys. Maybe it's emotional distance, but I meant more like physical distance, like somebody was called to go move here or here. And yeah, there's something about you. Oh my goodness, you guys miss each other. You, Leo, if this is your person, you're willing to fight for them. You're willing to keep on trekking and I guess in a sense, stay calm, cool, and collected, knowing that they're the light at the end of your tunnel. You're willing to push through and fight for this. Again, if this isn't so much a divorce, more a separation because of circumstance, right? Yeah, the Chariot. A lot of you are dealing with a Cancer. You have several cards of Cancer coming up. And it's coming out in both your actions. So again, that's like this beautiful metaphor for your person dreaming of these two horses coming back together. In their action card and your action card, you both have the Chariot. This is more closer to the classic depiction. Again, that dark and that light horse. If that's representing two different people, and I'm not saying dark and light per se, but two opposing people coming back together, you both have that in your action card. So I try not to be a hype man with my cards. This looks very positive for a reconciliation. All the cards of like nostalgia and the past, generally what's surrounding them is pretty good energy. There was passion there between you guys, but and it seemed like it was mutual that when something fell apart, you both ended up feeling like this. So it seems like you're both willing to consider the past. You have the Six of Cups coming up. Something about this is longing or yearning for the past for me with someone. But again, if anyone is the one who's putting up more of a I know this is a contradictory message, but I'm reading for different Leos. If anyone is putting up their walls, resisting the idea of reaching out, it is you. You're the one who's like, do I or don't I? Do I only invest my time in the future, or do I potentially consider something from the past? You're uncertain. Your person is the one who I think is much more connected to this connection, essentially. Sorry for my lack of eloquency. All right. Is that even a word? Eloquency? Eloquence? Let's go with eloquence. Knight of Pentacles, practical steps forward to communicate and to heal something, to allow growth again. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are going to keep talking about this. I think you're both looking for a reason why. This is funny. It's like you're both looking for a reason why you need to reach out to them, even though you don't really, other than you miss them. But isn't that reason enough? I'm a hopeless romantic, you guys, but you kind of are too, though, Leo. That's the thing. Of all the fire signs, you guys can be kind of like mushy-gushy, right? Very family-oriented, too. So if this at all has to do with a family dynamic, anyway. I feel like I just offended my Leos by calling them mushy-gushy. I take it back. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. All right. So, I mean, that's coming up for some of you. That's not the vibe I'm getting from this at all, but maybe that has to... And then wedding. The situation involves marriage. All right. So are there 3 people coming through here? Is there's the one that you're married to and then the third party? Was there a bit of a third party situation thing that came in? That could have severed this relationship. Yeah, someone could have made a really big mistake on, fooling around with someone else, and boy, do they regret it, and both of you do, if that's the case. But it's almost, and I'm not projecting my thoughts onto this. The cards are saying to me, if somebody slipped up and made a mistake regarding infidelity, is it worth the absolute destruction of the family unit we have, or can we maybe bridge the gap and get over like this dark spot? Again, that I'm just posing the scenario, right? You have the Chariot coming in towards each other. So do you have 2 Cancers, Leo? Were you dealing with 2 different Cancers? Your mother could also be a Cancer. Then you have separation. Time apart from each other is on the horizon. And then express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Yeah. Because I was saying, you're very determined not to give in first. It's like you don't want to be the one that texts them. You're waiting for them to text you. Spirit is saying, like, check the ego. That might not be the best way to go about this. If you're feeling like you need to revisit something, in a sense, that might be your intuition calling you. And it doesn't necessarily seem like it's coming from a place of codependency, though I pose that question to any zodiac sign. If you are considering going back to this person, are you going back to them for the right reasons? Is there real love there, or is it codependency? Is it familiarity? Is it, well, it's always been my life, they've always been my person? Is it a comfort zone, right? If it's a comfort zone, that's different, because ultimately Spirit doesn't want us to exist in comfort zones, right? They want us to always be growing and expanding spiritual human beings. So with all this Chariot energy, this can also mean, move on, but it doesn't have to mean separate. It means something in this relationship needs to move on and change and grow and develop, because maybe you guys ended it because there was stagnancy. Maybe nothing was coming or going with you guys for years. And so maybe somebody may have slipped up because they were looking for excitement, only it may have been in the arms of someone else. It doesn't have to have been, but gosh, there's affection on both sides of this relationship. So unless you both are divorced and you both have other people, though I'm not really sensing that, unless you both are headed towards Cancers, then maybe. But yeah, other than that, I think you guys are going to at least discuss the idea of a reconciliation. That's just what I'm getting from this, Leo. Again, if it's not your story, please don't make it your story. Cancer came out. Of course it did. Cancer shows up in your spread quite a lot, don't they? And I feel like vice versa. I feel like Leo shows up in Cancers a lot too. All right, so Libra. Cancer was the first one out. You also have Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus. You got the whole gang here. Capricorn, Pisces, and Capricorn again. So double Capricorns. That's the name of an album. I can't help but say it. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. Double Capricorn, Jason Schwartzman. Or is it Robert Schwartzman? It's Robert Schwartzman. That's the name of an album. Is it a good album? but I didn't say that. I'm just kidding. All right, Leo, thanks for showing up on my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I will catch you next time for more tarot. Sending you all the best. Bye, guys.